Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to our English class. Today, we are starting. No, we are starting a very practical, important topic, which is, as you can see on your screen, it is all about people. Different vocabulary words that pertains or that refers to people. Now, this is lesson 8 in unit 1 of our course, A1 level. In our daily lives, everyone, now we interact with many different people. We interact with people at the office, at the bank, and even in our neighborhoods or even inside our homes, right? So we interact with different kinds of people. Now, all throughout the session, you will be learning, a lot of terms, a lot of vocabulary, a lot of words that refers to people. Okay. Now, when we look at the slide, we see a diverse group of people learning together, right? At your right, or no, at the right of the screen or the slide. Now, understanding how to describe people is the key to building better professional and personal relationships. Now, as adults and professionals, no, you often need to identify the roles people play in your company. So, for example, you might need to speak with your manager about a project, or you need to coordinate a meeting with colleague. No, manager and colleague are different types or kinds of people. Now, in this lesson, we will focus on the specific names for these roles so that you can communicate more clearly at work. Okay? So you can always use this whether you are talking to let's say a client, which is a kind of people, or a service worker at a hotel. So having the right vocabulary really makes you feel more confident, no, in with when it comes to interacting with another person. So when you meet someone for the first time, of course, if you want to know them, if they want to know you, it is standard to ask for their name and perhaps their professional address if needed, if necessary. Okay? So if you're traveling for work or by train, you're traveling for work by train, of course you will interact with many people at the station, which of course if you're having a hard time, they can help you. So those kind of people, they have certain terms that you can use to really describe them. Okay, so being able to introduce yourself and understand others is an important, a vital skill for you. Okay, I want you to look at the people on this slide. Okay, they are like us. What are they doing? They are using their time to study and to improve their skills, perhaps, right? So the people in this illustration are all holding books, which shows, or we can try to identify that they are students, just like you. And as your teacher, I am here to help you navigate through these new words and new concepts. So we will learn how to write a not really writing, but we'll learn how to differentiate different kinds of people so that you can learn these terms that will really help you in every part of your life. No? From reading a menu at a restaurant to signing a contract at the bank, because you know these different terms. So I am excited to move through the next slides with you to see the specific categories of people that we will be discussing. We will look at how to describe the people we see on the street, and the people we live with at home. So all those kind of terms. Every new word, every new word, I'm sorry for that. Every new word that you will learn tonight is, of course, hopefully a tool to help you succeed in your career and your community. So again, our lesson 8 is on people. Now, let's see who we are going to meet first in this lesson. Of course, we start here with objectives. Let's start with the objectives. Okay. Lesson objectives. So we are going to discuss first our goals for this session. But for a moment, let me just check my slide if it is working. Okay, it's all good. Anyway, let's continue. Now, our primary lesson objective is, of course, to focus on vocabulary related to people. In the professional world, being able to accurately identify and refer to the individuals you work with is essential to you. Okay, so by the end of this lesson, you will understand the specific meanings, the correct pronunciation, and the proper usage of these essential words. Now, this knowledge it will directly enhance your English communication skills, making your interactions more effective and professional. Now, in our career, time is a very valuable resource. So when we use the correct terms for people, we save time and we avoid confusion in our office communications. Whether you're writing a quick message to a teammate or a formal email to a business partner, accuracy is always a key. We want to ensure that every document that you create and every call that you make reflects your competence as a professional. Okay? So to reach these objectives, we will practice using these words in real world scenarios. No, we will imagine scenarios at a bank where you might need to speak with the manager and such thing. So here, all throughout, be reminded that learning a language is not just about memorizing it, no, memorizing it like a list. It is about knowing how to use those tools to navigate your day with confidence. Okay? So, as your teacher, I am committed to making sure that you feel comfortable with these new terms. So, every student here brings unique experiences. I understand that. And I encourage you to think about the people you interact with daily while we go through the vocabulary. No? Now, we are going to start with the first set of how do you call that, words that pertains to people. Now, all throughout the discussion, in each slide, there will be three terms shown to you, which are all terms for people. Okay? All right. Understand? Are we clear so far, everybody? Are we all clear? You can always use the chat box for, for any kind of responses that you want to share or you want me to read or recognize. You can use our chat box. Okay? All right. Before we officially start with another lesson, no, let's take a deep breath to ready ourselves. You release all that bad energy that you are feeling today. So let's take a deep breathe in and breathe out. Okay? And my cue, breathe in, breathe out. Ha. Okay. Make sure that it's really, you exhale those bad energy that you're feeling. Okay? Again, inhale, exhale. Huh. Okay. I think we are all good. Sige. All right. Let's start with the first set of terms. Now, all throughout the discussions, I forgot to mention there will be 30 words in total. So let's see if I'm gonna have it in two sessions. Maybe have the first session, which is this evening, 15 words, and then another 15 words for tomorrow or for the next meeting. Okay? All right. Now we are going to start with family members. So this is the most important categories of people in our lives. The family members, understanding important relationships in life. So understanding these relationships is not just about words, okay? It's about understanding the bonds that really shape us. So today we will look and start at three key roles: the mother, the father, and the brother. Okay? In any culture, these family members provide emotional and social foundation for our growth and help us understand our place in the world. Okay? Now, in our lesson today, we define a mother. Let's start with the mother. We define a mother as a female parent who nurtures and cares for her children. She often plays a vital role in their upbringing and emotional support. Okay, now, for an adult, I believe all of us here are adult. It is really important to see that this role is much more than a simple definition, right? Especially if if you're married, if you are already a mother. So a mother is often the person who provides the first emotional connection in a human life. Okay, she is responsible for the upbringing of a child, which means that she helps them grow. She helps them grow into a young, and responsible person until they became adults. So, in many cultures, the mother is the heart of the house. Heart of the house, which means that they make sure that everyone is safe and healthy. So, whether the mother is cooking in the kitchen or relaxing near a window, her presence creates a feeling of home. Okay? Most of our mothers, right? Now, a mother also provides vital emotional support, as mentioned here, because we cannot deny the fact that life can really be difficult at most times, right? And when we have a problem at the office or with a colleague, with a friend, with a lover, with a partner, or even with the family itself, many people still turn to their mother for advice. So she listens to our stories and helps us feel better. Now, in a professional sense, many mothers also have jobs as a manager or a teacher. They balance their time between their family and their company. So, this balance requires a lot of hard work and organization. So, when you practice your English, you can describe your mother's daily routine. How? Maybe you can ask, does she use a cell phone? Does she use a computer? Does she take the train to work? Something like that. Those simple questions. So, as you learn these words, think about the small details that your mother might keep, you know, yeah, small details about your mother, because they might keep a photo of her her children in her wallet, or she might send you a message on your phone to ask how your day was. So these are all people interactions. If you go to a restaurant with your mother, she might look at the menu and help you choose a healthy meal. These everyday moments are the perfect time to practice your vocabulary. Okay? You can say, my mother is a very kind person, if she is. Or, I sent an email to my mother yesterday, if that happens, right? So, you do that. Okay? You do that. And of course, you try to really put a certain name for this particular person, which is, in this case, the mother. Okay? So, that's that for the mother. No, let me add more. Okay, sorry. So mothers, aside from all those things that I've mentioned already, in the present, if I am not mistaken, this is how what I've observed in my own home, and from the sharings of also my friend. Mothers often manage the household money, right? So they might be the ones to visit the bank, to to pay a bill or check the price of new clothes. And of course, this requires a lot of responsibility. So, by learning how to describe these actions in English, you are not just learning a list of nouns, you are learning how to talk about the most important role in your life. So, a mother's role is diverse and spans many different areas from the kitchen to what? To the office, right? Okay. Finally, of course, be reminded, no? Be reminded everyone that the word mother is respected all over the world. No, it is a powerful noun that represents love and guidance, because there's this certain warmth of being a mother or having a mother that's really kind to you also, because reality is not all mothers are warm, right? Okay, but most of them are. So that's why people would attach the this certain sense of being comfortable, of being warm with the word mother. Okay, so this is mother. Let's try to use it in a sentence. Okay, since this is a word, let's try to use it in a sentence. um you should feel very comfortable using this word in a full sentence. So let's practice now. Let's say the sentence is, my mother is a very helpful person. That is a full sentence. And of course, the word mother is there. Okay, so this is a great way to start using English for real communication, because when it comes to communicating with another person, you cannot just communicate, your very personal details. You can also add another thing, just like this one, describing her mother. Okay, that is mother. Okay, any questions? None. Again, mother is a female parent. Now the counterpart, the male parent, is the father. Okay, a father is a male parent who provides guidance, discipline, and support. He often sets an example for his children and helps shapes the value. Okay? Now, for an adult, everyone, a father is often seen as a role model who helps shape your values. So, guidance here, it means that he gives you advice on how to make good decisions in your life. So discipline, it means that he teaches you the importance of rules, the importance of hard work, all those things. For example, let's say a father might teach you that it is important to arrive at a meeting on time. So these are the lessons that stay with you forever, especially when you start your own career or company. Okay. Now, next is that a father's support can be emotional. Okay. But of course, their support is always, no, often practical. But there's this sense of emotional, a little bit of emotional, because he might be the person who teaches you to how to use a computer, or how to read an important document, all those things. If you're traveling to another country, a father might remind you to bring your passport, bring your ticket, all those needed things or documents. He wants to make sure you are prepared for the world, right? Now, in the office, a father's influence can often be seen in how you interact with your manager or your client. He teaches you to be respectful and professional in your speech and actions. Okay? So you can describe your father's hobbies and daily life using English nouns. Like, does your father still at a desk to work? Does he enjoy a cup of coffee while reading the news? Perhaps he likes to walk down the street to meet a friend at a cake. So when you talk about these things, you are using the nouns from our previous lessons. What is our previous lesson? That is on common nouns. There were a lot of examples per category. So let's say, for example, how do we use the word father in a sentence? Let's say, my father keeps his key on the table, or my father uses his phone to make a phone call. Oh, that is what? That is an example sentence, right? So this makes your English practice feel very personal and real. Of course. So in many families, the father is also involved in the financial side of life. No, he might check the bill for lunch or talk to a worker at the bank. So he understands the price of things and helps the family save money. So this responsibility is a big part of the support mentioned on our side. When you describe your father, you can use words like kind, helpful, patient, of course, if it applies to them. Okay? So these adjectives help you build a complete picture of the person that you are talking about. Okay, that is father. Again, a male parent. Let's move on to the brother. A brother is a male sibling who shares a family bond. So he can be a lifelong companion, he can be a lifelong friend and supporter through various stages in or of life. Okay, so this is brother. Again, a brother, it is a male sibling. Unlike a parent, a brother is usually someone closer to your own age. Okay, this makes him a lifelong companion and a friend if you want to. So you might have grown up playing together in the, what was it? In the what? In the same house, or sharing a bed when you were children, because you grow together. No, you grow up together. That's good. That's progress. So a brother knows your history and your family's stories better than anyone else. He is a supporter through and through, no? Through various types, or I don't know, not types, but through various stages of your life. So, for many adults, a brother is the first partner or teammate they ever had. You learned how to share and how to talk with each other. In an office setting, having a brother can help you learn how to work with a colleague. So, you understand how to cooperate and how to solve problems together. If your order if your brother is older, he might give you advice like a manager. If he is younger, you might help with his English homework, you know, acting like his teacher. Okay, if there are any. So yeah, that's that for brother. Okay, all right, let's try to use it in a sentence. You can say, my brother is arriving. That's that. Okay, all right. Again, this is brother. No, you're a very special type of person if you had one, because he is, or he can be a peer, a friend, and a family member all the same time. He supports you during final round. Okay? Again, what was the sentence? Let me think of another sentence. Ah, yeah. This one. Okay? Again, the first three words are mother, father, and brother. Let's move on to the next. Or the continued version of family members. We have sister, grandmother, and grandfather. Okay? For a moment. Okay. Now, family members continued expanding our understanding of relatives. Now let's start with the word sister. Here is a sister is a female sibling who shares a special bond with you. She can be okay. She can be a best friend and confidant in life's journey. Okay? So again, sister is a female sibling. So a sister, it is often more they are often more creative. if I may say. They are the best friend and a confidant, as mentioned here. So this means that she is someone who you can trust with your private thoughts as you travel through life's journey, right? So that is a sister. It doesn't have to be by blood. You can always call, each other as a sister. But when it comes to teaching and everything else, it's very customary to use professional, okay? Professional ones. Okay. Next, a sister can be yeah. A sister can be an older guide or a younger companion. If she is older, if she is, if she is older or younger, you may have provided her with emotional support and upbringing. This works because what? This works because okay, during our time, of course, there are a lot of there are plenty of times that are allotted for this one. Anyway, when it comes to sister, your sister can be an older guide or a younger companions. If she is older, she may have been like um a teacher, right? A teacher to you, so you help them learn how to navigate the world. If she is younger, you may have provided her with emotional support, Maggie, in how do you call that, in genes, right? So your sister might have a very professional life. For example, my sister is a manager at a large company, and she uses her computer to write an email every morning. Even if your sister lives, even if your phone, is directly there, you have a copy. Um, how do you call that? Your sister might have been a very busy professional life. So, for example, my sister is a manager of a large company and she uses her computer to write an email every morning. That's an example. Okay, that is not really closely tied with family. So, in a social setting, everyone, a sister is a wonderful person. No, a wonderful person to visit a restaurant with. So imagine sitting together and looking at the menu to discuss the price of the meals. Afterward, one of you might take the bill or use a card to pay for the lunch. So using these practical tools, and practical nouns helps us describe our family life in which way is that is natural and useful for daily communication. Okay? All right. Next to this is grandmother. Next to sister is grandmother. Now, a grandmother is the mother of your parent, often providing wisdom and love. She shares stories from the past and holds family tradition dearly. Okay? All right. This is grandmother. Let's talk about grandmother. A grandmother is the mother of your parent. Okay? So in every culture, everyone, for a moment, let me just check my slide. Okay, all good. In every moment, everyone, in every culture, a grandmother is a figure of great respect. We know that. She is a source of wisdom and love, which means that she has much more knowledge because she has lived for a long time. You know, a grandmother holds family traditions really dear, meaning she protects them and passes them to you. So she is the storyteller of the family. She share memories from the past that really help us understand who we are in the present, because there are times that the attitude, how this particular person present himself in different situations are, it can be genetics. Um Other people might say, "Oh, she's just like her grandmother." That kind of sentence is just a reminiscent of the past, right? So, usually, no. This is for personal experience for me, but I don't know about you. But I'm a grandmother. A grandmother often spends her time in the kitchen. You know, she cooks traditional food for the family. So that's that. Okay. She might have a favorite room, in the house with a big window where she likes to relax. So when we describe a grandmother, right, we often use words like kid and kid. How do we do that? Let's just wait for kid, right? So again, um, our grandmothers today are very modern, very important because they are modern. Some use a phone to send a message or even a computer to stay connected with their graduation. In my case, my grandmother is on cell phone already, but all she uses are YouTube or is YouTube because there are a lot of short clips there or videos that she likes. So she practically just uses YouTube. The other else, she does not care at all. Okay? Next is a grandmother also plays a vital role in our upbringing by providing emotional support. So even if she does not live in your house, everyone, please listen. Even if she does not live in your house, she is a supporter through every stage of your life. If you are busy at the office, okay, what do we do that? That's a familiar sound, right? Anyway, let's continue. Even if you are family in a trip, it's easy to really, go underwent that. Anyway, that's the grandmother. Now let's see the male counterpart, the grandfather. So finally, we'll look at the grandfather. Again, a grandfather is the father of your parent, his experience and the lessons. Okay, it enrich family gatherings, what? Providing for providing for guidance, just like with grandmother. So grandfather provide guidance and memories of what? Younger generations, of course. You are the target, right? Okay. Now that is father. Again, the father of your parent. When we try to connect it with the professional context, a grandfather's role is similar to a manager or mentor in a company. He has been there before and can offer advice on how to handle the challenges of life. No, he may have taught you the importance of being a dessert, important of having your passport and a dessert, passport ready to for a trip or anything, right? Outside the Philippines or even outside your country or even inside your country. Okay, that is a grandfather. So it's like the role is a manager or a mentor in a company. No, so these memories, everyone, it enrich our lives. No, it make our family gatherings more meaningful and educational. So in this daily life, a grandfather might have a routine he enjoys. He might visit the bank once a week to manage his money. He might enjoy a cup of coffee while sitting at a station and watching the people go by. So when you describe your grandfather, you can use the simple nouns. For example, in a sentence, my grandfather keeps his key in his pocket. My grandfather likes to look out the window, and all those proper sentences. Okay? So, grandfather here is really just like with grandmother and sister, and brother and mother and father. They are all vital supporters throughout your life. No, they provide the discipline and the support that helps a person stay on the right track. Even in retirement, they play a major role in the family structure, and he is a link to our past that helps. What it helps. It helps us look forward for the future. Okay, that is um the last slide for our discussion. Not really last slide, but last slide before we will have the break. No, we'll continue after the break. So I guess I don't know if everybody is overwhelmed because so far we've already tackled 6 words pertaining to family members. But of course, even if you are not tired, which is good, of course, let's try to be considerate with other person, no, with other participants. So I will be giving you enough time, 5 minutes to rest and do all the things necessary for you. Okay? 5 minutes, go. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. It's already 5 minutes. I hope everybody's mind is refreshed. They were able to rest even for 5 minutes only. I also did I also rested my mind before I prepare for the next set of words for what? For people. Okay? Are we all good? You can share your responses again in the chat bot. Any kind of responses, may it be a question and answer, a sharing, no, any. Okay, just be respectful all throughout our chats or all throughout our discussion. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, let's see. So far, let's do our quick review. So far, we've started, of course, our topic is on people. Okay, any kind of word or terms related to people. We started with family members. We have mother, a female parent, father, a male parent, brother, a male sibling, sister, a female sibling, grandmother, a mother of your parent, grandfather, father of your parent. Okay? Now we're going to continue with people in society, understanding the different roles and contribution. Okay? So these are different roles in any community. So we have here the first one, my role, that is the teacher. Okay? Again, teacher. What do we have here? A teacher is essential in shaping students' lives, providing knowledge and skills. So they create engaging lessons to foster learning and development in various subjects. So that is a teacher. Now, a teacher is really essential in when it comes to shaping the lives of everyone they meet, inside and outside the classroom. In our classroom, a teacher provides the knowledge and the skills you need to really succeed in your life. Okay, in your daily life. A teacher's job is to create engaging lessons that really foster learning and development in any different subjects, from language to science. When you're a student, having a patient teacher is one of the best ways to reach your goals. Okay, so a teacher's influence is really, it really goes beyond the classroom. That's how high the authority is when it comes to respecting the teachers, because teachers, they act as a guide for the students, no, for their students, similar to how manager provides guidance to what, the any kind of person. Okay, so a teacher, it helps you understand difficult concepts, they encourages you to keep trying even when a task feels hard. So that is a teacher. Okay, now in our lesson, you can see that a teacher is a central figure, no, especially in this particular video. I am the central figure. I am a teacher. I am the central figure because I prepare the next generation for the professional world. No, many teachers today use a computer to organize their work and send an email or a message to their students to keep them what? To keep them updated. So having a messenger is really, it's a silent prerequisite when it comes to education, because usually the announcements will be given there. No, at least in my country. Okay. How about in your country? How about where you are staying? What kind of, what example could you give? Oh, again, our chat box is always open. All right. Now, class, in your daily life, you might encounter teachers in many places because they are always there. No, perhaps you have a teacher who helps you learn a new hobby, or you met a teacher at a local station while they are traveling to their school. Okay? You can practice your English by describing a teacher's routine. For example, when it comes to sentences, um, what example can you give? That is, let's say, my teacher arrives at the office every morning at 8. Okay, or my teacher drinks a coffee before this first lesson. So these some simple sentences, it helped you connect professional roles with the everyday vocabulary you have already mastered. Okay, all right, that is the teacher. Next to that is doctor. Okay, let's talk about the doctor. A doctor is a vital professional who diagnoses and treats illnesses to keep us healthy. Okay, that is vital. Okay, So how about those people? Now they provide care and support to the individuals. That is what they promised, right? They want to ensure that everyone can maintain their well-being throughout the medical expertise. In society, doctors are respected because they take on a huge responsibility for the health of the community. So when you feel sick or have a problem, you will visit a doctor to get the help that you need. So this role is very similar to a supporter in a family, like a mother or father, because they care for your physical health. Okay? All right. Any questions so far? We're still starting with a doctor. Okay? Now, um, a doctor's work environment is often very busy. That alone cannot be denied. So you might find them in a hospital or a private clinic, whether they say, they sit still at a desk to review a patient's medical document and such thing. So doctors must be very careful and detailed in their work. No, many doctors today use a phone to consult with a colleague or a computer to check the latest medical research. So when you visit a doctor, you might need to what? You might need to talk to them. As simple as that. Okay, you might need to talk to them. So, you practice your English in any kind of context. Let's see what context do we have here. I've already mentioned about doctor, no, about medicine. So let's say practicing your English in a medical context. Okay, that is useful. No, you can imagine a scenario where you make a call to a doctor's office to set an appointment. So you might say, I need to see the doctor today. No, something like that. Or where is the doctor's office address? Which is much more polite. Now, if you are traveling and you feel ill, you might ask someone on the street, is there a good doctor near the station? This is essential. This is an essential life skills that combine your knowledge of people with your knowledge of places and objects. Okay? So there's that, which is already good. Now, qualifications. Being a doctor requires many years of study as a student. They must learn a vast amount of information and practice their skills every day to stay sharp. How'd you call that? Um, this is why a doctor is often a very patient and critical mind to Kuroko, okay? To a person. So it is just important with their medical knowledge, okay? In summary, doctors are essential to the functioning of our society. They ensure that the life workforce, made by the colleges, the dean, the managers, the clients, they remain healthy and productive. Without their thing, what what it will be much harder for us to enjoy our lives at home or succeed in our careers if we do not try to follow, different roles my mother mentioned or I've mentioned earlier. Okay? All right. Let's move on to student. This is parallel to teacher because a student is someone who actively engages in learning. They attend schools or universities to gain knowledge, develop skills, and prepare for the future opportunities in life. Okay? So basically as adults, you are all students in this classroom today, and being a student requires a commitment of your time and energy. It is a role that the focus on the future as you work every day to build a career better than more successful ones. Okay, so a student they has many They have many daily responsibilities and needs several objects to be successful. You might carry your laptop in a bag or use a computer to complete your assignments. Okay? So in our class, let's say that one, your you might sit at a desk near a window to focus on your book, and students also need to be good at communication. So you might send an email to your teacher to ask questions or chat with a colleague about a group project. So these interactions that help you grow both personally and professionally. Okay? The life of a student can be, oh, it is a very busy and exciting life, no? You might take the train to your school and meet other people in situations, and sometimes you might need to show a student card to discount on a ticket or a meal. So if you're studying in a different country, you will definitely need your passport and an official document from your school. Practicing these scenarios in English, it helps you feel more prepared for the international student experience, right? Okay. So being a student is not always easy, no? It is not easy. It requires discipline, it requires support, much like the values of a father teaches in a family. Okay? That is student. Okay. All right, that is a student. Okay. Let's move on to the last slide that I will be having for this session or for this night. People at work, essential vocabulary for professionals. Now, first is engineer, chef, and police officer. Let's say engineer. An engineer is a person who designs or builds things. They work out on projects like bridges and everything else. Okay. Anyway, the first word is engineer. Now, engineer, we're looking at very delicate and historical forms, okay? So the engineer, according to the slide, it is an engineer is a person who designs or lost or build things. Okay, that is it. Now, according to our slide also, um there are three describing people. So in the professional office, and how do you call that? Um this person is trying to find you. Okay? So an engineer is a person who designs or builds jobs. We cannot deny that fact. Okay? This is safe and functional. They work. Can they work with anything? Okay. So that is the engineer. Now, in the professional context, in office, an engineer might spend a lot of time at a desk or high-powered computer. Well, they can ask because what? It's something that they agreed on. Okay? All right. So an engineer often deny things to communicate with John Marr and everything else. Okay? So that is engineer. Oh, for a moment. I haven't put it in next slide. Oh no, that's it. Adara. Okay, again, engineer. So engineers didn't only work in offices, they are often seen on the street or construction site. Okay? You might, you might see an engineer at a station, inspecting the different trucks and etc. Okay? How do we become an engineer? A person or student must be first a very dedicated student. So they spend many years at university. They spend their years learning how to design structures that can withstand the test of time and all those things. Okay? Next, we have chef. A chef is very simple. This is a Um, a professional cook who prepares meals in restaurants or hotels. Chefs create delicious meals or dishes using their culinary skills and creativity to delight customers. So basically, a chef is a professional cook who prepares meals in restaurants or hotels. No? While many people cook at home or in their own home, a chef is a specialist. No? They are specialists in a way that they mastered culinary skills and creativity. So their goal is to delight customers by creating the delicious dishes that really look good as they taste. So in a professional setting, a chef is more than just a cook. They are leaders, no? They are a leader who manages a team and ensures that every plate of food is really perfect. Okay? That is a chef. No, a chef's job also involves administrative work. They have to check the price of ingredients at the bank. They use computer, menu, and everything else. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, just to, end this particular, not yet the end of our discussion, but for the chef one, to wrap up, being a chef is career and that combines art with what? With hard work, since chefs they provide emotional support, especially to their customers. So at the comfort of a good meal, much like a mother cares for her family. No? So they are respected professionals, no? They contribute what? Oh, for a moment. Am I streaming? Let me just check. Okay. All right. Everything's good. I thought I got cut. No, I thought the stream stopped, but thankfully it did not. Okay, going back, I compared the chef to a mother because of how warm they provided their product, which is the food itself, right? So they are respected professionals who really contribute to the culture and to the economy of our cities. So, chef, when it comes to sentences, let's try to give an example. Um, The chef's food is really good. Oh, as simple as that. No, we can make that kind of sentence. No, we can compliment the chef. Okay. All right. That is chef. Next is police officer. Again, police officer. A police officer is a person who enforces the law and maintains public order. They are or they respond to emergencies, they investigate crimes, and they keep communities safe while what? While serving with integrity. That is what is expected of a police officer. No, they are more of like the guardians of our communities. They respond to emergencies. They investigate the crimes as mentioned here. So they keep everyone safe. No, a police officer must serve with integrity. What do we mean by integrity? It means that they are honest and that they follow strong moral principles. No, in society, they provide the discipline and guidance that we first learned about from the role of any kind of parent, right? May it be mother or father. So police officers, they work in many different environments. You might see a police officer walking down the street or driving a patrol car near a busy station. So they are often the first people to arrive when there is a problem at a bank or hotel. When an officer is on duty, they carry essential, what do you call that? They carry essential equipment in their bag or on their belt, and they always have a key to their vehicle and their office. So their presence helps to ensure that everyone feels safe while they are out in public or work in office. Okay? All right. So if you ever need help, everyone, you can always make a call to the police on your phone, but don't make a prank, okay? Call when it is really necessary, not just because you want to call someone. Because, of course, that's disrespecting their time, that's disrespecting their job as a responder. Okay? So make sure that you call if there is really a problem. Okay? All right. Okay. That is police officer. Now let's try to use it in a sentence. How? Let's say you can practice by saying I need help, no? Or here is my document when you try to reply to a chef. But the sentence itself, a chef naman, a police officer. Let's just say police officer becomes a sentence. Um, let's say this police officer is respectable, no? I need a police officer, something like that. Okay? All right. So in conclusion, police officers do a lot of work that we do not see. No, they also do that. They spend time at a desk in the police station writing a detailed document or a report about their investigations. So they do paperworks. Okay, they might use a computer to check records exposed. What else? They might use a computer to check. Okay, are there any more questions? You know, for police officer. Okay, again, police officers keep communities safe and maintain public order with integrity. Okay, this is a respectful and accurate way to describe this essential position or profession, no, at work. So, any questions? Do we have questions? I think none. Okay. I since I don't see any questions in the chat box. So there are no questions. I believe everything is understandable. You were able to understand all the terms that we've mentioned or we've discussed for the first session of this lesson. So A1 Unit 1, Lesson 8 on people. This is our first session. Next session will be the other half. Okay? So far let's just do a quick review. We started with family members, mother, father, brother, sister, grandmother, and grandfather. And then after that, we started with people in society. There's only one slide: teacher, society, and what? This one, Abigail. Okay. For people at work, we have engineer, chef, and police officer. And then for the next meeting, are going to continue as I've mentioned or as I've promised. Any questions? Again, any questions? Okay, none. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me tonight. I hope you've learned something new. This is all for me. No, for this evening. Goodbye and God bless us all. Good evening, everyone.